Hi everyone, I'm Jonathan Ferguson, Keeper of Firearms and Artillery at the Royal Armouries. You may remember a few weeks ago we had an unusual pair of prototype Sterling firearms from the Sterling company, formerly in Dagenham in Essex, makers of the famous Sterling submachine gun. Well, in the 1960s, they were worried not just about diversifying into different product lines as they were with those 7.62mm rifles, machine guns, but in even keeping the market share, as it were, of their classic Patchett designed submachine gun, the tubular receiver. We've all seen them in the Star Wars movies, if not in real life. And Frank Waters, the chief designer, came up with this. So this was attempting to fight off the Uzi, the Israeli Uzi, very popular, very good submachine gun, and they wouldn't have known it yet, but also the MP5, which emerged in 1966, started to become popular in the 70s. So that was down the road really, but the Uzi had come into existence in the late 40s and was popular from the 50s onwards, and did everything the Sterling did, arguably as well or better. And Sterling sort of came up with its own take. It does have the Uzi style cocking handle on the top, and that does in fact does ratchet. It's a safety thing, so if you slip off part way, it sticks in place and doesn't fly forward and accidentally fire around. So it borrowed that safety feature from the Uzi. It kept the excellent Sterling 34 round magazine, one of the best designed magazines probably ever, and certainly for 9x19. Went for a square section design, more reminiscent of the Uzi, and depending on production setup, potentially cheaper. A grip safety like the Uzi, so it won't fire when you're not gripping it. But they kept a form of the famous Sterling cantilever folding buttstock. They couldn't or didn't want to move away from that. And intriguingly, and you've probably been wondering this if you didn't know about this already, haven't seen the excellent Forgotten Weapons video on this, do head over to that channel as ever for a deep dive into this. The two bayonets. Why two bayonets? Well, we have them both mounted here to show that it's possible to fit them both. In reality, of course, you would not fit, well, probably wouldn't fit either, because the bayonet was of very limited use by this time on a submachine gun. But if you did fit one, you'd fit one. And the idea is it has mounting points for both the Sterling submachine gun fittings, and the L1A1 SLR rifle pattern fitting. The bayonets themselves are very similar, they're closely related, but due to the different dimensions of the muzzle and how they actually fit to their host weapons they were designed for, they are different. Well, this weapon can take both, one or the other, or as in this case, for dramatic effect and to make the point, you could in theory fit both, which calls to mind a science fiction weapon from Gears of War or something, but this is in fact a genuine piece of firearms history. Thanks for watching everyone, hope you enjoyed this week's video. There'll be another one along next week. Meantime, if you'd like more, we have more content on this channel of course, and we have quite a long series now over at the GameSpot channel. If video games are your thing, please do go and check that out. In the description we'll also have links to ways that you can help us out in these challenging times that museums find themselves in. We hope to be open again to the public in the not too distant future, but we certainly appreciate it if you can spare a donation, or perhaps you'd like to even become a member. And of course, we'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Thanks again guys, I'll see you next time.